Good morning. It is Kristen Rowley doing Module 5 reflection video. This week we were talking about OERs and EdTech resources, and I have made PDFs about any number of things. I say PDFs all the time, make PDFs out of websites, whatever. Pretty useful thing. Being able to use portable documents for students is great. I tend to download them for me and then print them for students, but you can also share those PDFs with kids and they're able to highlight the text and have it read to them, or various and sundry other ways that they can access content in a very safe way. My favorite EdTech resource that I saw mentioned this week was Teachers Pay Teachers. I used it as a homeschool mom for years, and I use it as an alphabetic phonics tutor, and I use it as a literacy intervention specialist. So I use that for a lot of things. I use it for Stern Math as well. So I love Teachers Pay Teachers. I have been on there for the better part of a decade, and just find all kinds of goodies. And I love that they are priced really reasonably, as low as free, which is my favorite, and as high as, you can spend a couple $100 and get like a whole curriculum. So it ranges based on what you need. I also am going to include a website that I happen to use for math materials and reading materials. I like the way they're very alphabet and phonological awareness friendly. And I tend to use them as like centers and things for kids, have them practice those skills. So I'm going to include one of her freebies that she did this week. So I'll post a link to that. Let's see. 3, how do you plan to organize online resources? So Teachers Pay Teachers in particular keeps all of your purchases in a single file. I do tend to download PDFs and store them as a file on my computer, and then my husband has it so that it automatically uploads to Dropbox, so I do have access to that from everywhere. The thing about a lot of those types of resources, those PDFs that I use, you cannot store them digitally on a thing like Google Drive, because Google will find them and it will kick them off. So that's something that you need to be aware of. If you're going to download things from like Teachers Pay Teachers, you have to store them on your hard drive or to a place like Dropbox where only you have access to it, not something that you can necessarily share with a lot of people and is a kind of more public platform. I searched the OER repositories, and I really liked the OER Commons, and there was one that was called the Cult of Pedagogy, and I really liked that one. It felt like a really useful blog that kind of covered a range of topics, and they had pre-made lessons. So I really liked that one. Have I ever used a webcam to record yourself and upload the videos to the internet? So I haven't actually recorded a lesson for the internet, but I have done Zoom tutoring before, and where we did screen shares so the student could interact with the screen. And let's see. I haven't had any challenges getting my videos to upload to YouTube and do that, but I feel like this could be really useful moving forward. I just haven't had the need to use that particular version of technology, but I have done Zoom in the past. So, how could video recordings be useful to you as a future teacher? So, in particular, as a literacy intervention specialist, I tend to have to be sitting in the room with these kids. That said, I think there are excellent places for that technology to be used. You want to have sub plans prepped and ready to go, you can pre-record that lesson for your kiddos and have that available to your substitute. So they just put you up on the big screen, let you do the teaching, and then the kids do the activity. I think that's a great use for that. I think the ability to make lessons available to other teachers, because sometimes kids need a new voice in order to hear things. So I think that's great. But I think there are a multitude of ways that can be useful. But I think that was everything I had for this time. So happy learning, everyone.